Stress it. You know what I'm saying? Savannah, GA. You feel me? How everybody doing? Am I doing alright? For sure. I hope the dog outside. I hope the kids in the room. You feel? Took the mic. Ooh, snap. I'm tripping. That's what happens when you take the first sip. Right. Alright. We good? For sure. Alright, back. My bad, y'all. What's good, Savannah? You feel me? Hope the dog outside. Hope the kids in the room. Got your bottle. Got your smoke. You feel me? We gonna go ahead and get it. You already know what it is. The StressLyfe. Your boy, a.k.a. Rise Up Ray. And I'm chilling with my girl.
Really badass bitch from the SAV.
And you know
What's up?
straight up. And you know we still like though with Cliqu'd though, man. You feel me? Shout out to my guy Jive, man. For sure. So look, man, we got a lot of missing members today. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. The show must go on. I hope everybody had a good week. You feel me? A good weekend. So you know we're gonna go ahead and start this week off pretty good. Praying that we do. Today's topic. Not everybody ain't really here. You know, I'm gonna save that topic for next week. And this gonna be something different, something laid back, something just for the people to get to know, you know what I'm saying, what we got going on. Okay. But overall, we really gonna just talk about the lack of having not having a support system. You know what I'm saying? How important it is to have that. Whatever career that you have, whatever that you got going on in your personal life, you know what I'm saying? When you have a support system, you know what I'm saying, it means the world. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be a lot of people, but it could just be people that mean something to you. You know what I'm saying? And when they don't give you that support, you know what I'm saying, it could be, you know, discouraging at times. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to talk about that. Me, and I know you also, you know, you rap and everything. So I want to kind of start me off real quick. Then I'm gonna let you talk. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want y'all to, you know, tune in as well. So yeah, I'm a rapper. I started out rapping due to Eminem. Eminem was the first person that introduced me to hip hop, and that was only because I had sneaked in my parents' room to watch what it was what we had when we didn't have BET. We had what else? If it was MTV, there you go, MTV. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I had sneaked in my parents' room one time to watch MTV, and I saw this white guy screaming out, "Hi, my name is," you feel me? And I had a liking to it. I thought it was dope, you know what I'm saying? And then before you know it, I came from hearing that to hearing the way I am, cleaning out my closet, and the list goes on. So from there, I just became a fan off the rip. I felt like if he could rap about the most deepest, darkest things, and you know what I'm saying, and how bold he do it. You know what I'm saying? Whether someone agree to what he's saying or not, it's the fact that he was willing to be so outspoken. And I had a liking to that. I thought that was dope. So I felt like, you know, I want to do the same thing. So I ended up starting to, you know, become a rapper. And I ain't really got real serious with it until probably like when I was like 13. So at 13 is when I had my first studio session. Shout out to my auntie Betty. She paid for my first studio session in Atlanta. It was a dude named Ish that recorded me. So I remember I did a song called Everyday Struggle. And I did that. After that, it's just been on since. You know what I'm saying? I just love being in the studio, and I just stay writing with my pen and pad, you feel me? Had a whole probably like 3 Nike boxes full of tablets. You know what I'm saying? With a bunch of rhymes on it. You know what I'm saying? And I just been so connected to it. But I came from doing that to performing. You know what I'm saying? Doing poetry. Shout out the Spitfire. It was a guy named Mr. Power. God bless his soul. He used to come to my school when I was at Mercer Middle School, and he was doing his thing, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? He was anybody who know him and how he used to do his shit. Man, that brother was deep. God bless his soul. He was deep, and I love music that has that could bring this. Besides passion, it's just when you in pain and you express your pain and through your music behind your words. If you could make me emotional when I hear that, that means something. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
like to do that to others. But now I end up working with him, and that's how I end up start doing poetry due to him. Uh, been performing in a lot of places, and I used to do gospel rap at one point. You know what I'm saying? That was part of my journey. I ended up letting that go. However, I still bring God into my music, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my Lord and Savior. You feel me? Jesus Christ is the head of my life. I'm not no saint though, but I'm just being honest. But yeah, though I've been doing this for a real long time, and this is nothing. I don't do this for as if like a hobby, or I do it when I want to do it, or I do it only when it's good, and when it's not good, I don't do it no more. Like nah, I stick with it. You know what I'm saying? And this is a career. This is something that I want to I want it to pay me. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I want to be able to make money off of this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to change people's lives. I want to be able to reach people, talk to people, and I want to make sure that my songs, stay in people midbrain forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even after I'm gone, you know what I'm saying? Is I want my music to be talked about. Just like how when I see certain rappers like shit, really Tupac. Tupac is the only one that I really know. You know what I'm saying? That Tupac, Easy and Biggie, them brothers done passed on. You know what I'm saying? And in the 1995, well, Easy died in 1993. Joff?
It's like, yeah, 93.
Yeah, 93. Pac died in 95 and Biggie died in 96. And it's 2025 and them guys are still being talked about to this day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Due to music, acting, uh, controversy, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. You know what I'm saying? So I always I take it serious where I want to be remembered. You know what I'm saying? Off of
Yeah.
everything that I do, good and bad. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a little bit about me, y'all. Pastor Mike, you know what I'm
He talking
saying?
about Pastor Mike. uh. All right. So I'm gonna be 100% honest. I never in a million years, if you was to ask me 10 years ago, if if you was to tell me 10 years ago I was gonna be rapping, I wouldn't believe you
Mm,
because that wasn't something that I did.
yeah.
Music has always been a passion of mine. I started off singing very young. I used to sing. I used to sing in church. I used to sing in choir in high school.
Mm,
I won competitions and things like that. But I always saw myself being a entertainer of some sort because throughout my life, that's all I did. Dance, sing, step, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Cheer, act. Then I went into acting, doing theater. And it got to the point where that's what I ended up going to college for at Savannah State. I got a bachelor's degree in fine art. So, like,
Straight up, for sure, for sure. We gotta clap for
You
that.
don't gotta
That's what's
clap
up,
for
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
so I feel like performing arts is really my whole passion because it's all wrapped up into one. So I believe like I took a class when I was at Savannah State that really it was kind of like a writing class that made me write because I never knew how to write for real.
Okay.
And so then I had to start writing, doing poetry and different things like that. So that's what got me into it. Then me and my cousin used to do like weekly competitions and used to just rap like that. And then
Yeah.
that's when I was like, okay, I could do this. And then it became an outlet for me, like for me to just like express myself and like say things that I want to say out loud but don't really say out loud because I know how I could get.
Yeah.
But I just love, performing. Like that's just performance is my passion. If I could be 100% honest, being on the stage, being in front of people, interacting with people, acting is my second love, I would say. That's also another. If you think about it, I feel like music gives me the opportunity to step outside of myself, and acting does the same thing for me as well in two different instances, but still
The same.
the same.
Yeah.
So I don't have like all the
Yeah.
all like I would say my first time going to the studio would had to been maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
That was my first like studio experience. Still to this day, I be nervous going to the studio because my brain be so wrapped up in it. Because when I write, I hear everything, like every single thing.
Yeah.
So when I go to the studio, I want it to be how the way I hear it in my head.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I think every artist, well, any real artist,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Especially
have that
like if
mindset.
you write too.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I think it just kind of comes with it.
For sure.
But yeah.
Okay. My guy Jav.
Oh, who, me?
Yeah.
He said no.
Mic check. Here we go. Yeah, for me, man, it's my journey through into music is I started writing when I was like 6.
Okay.
Like it was just like poetry. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know it was called that, but it was just something that I just was doing. And I always did it. I first fell in love with like hip hop, like I want to say I was like I don't know, 9 or 10. But there was a whole bunch of different kind of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? There was like New Jack Swing, and then there was like the old school hip hop, like the Curtis Blows, that was still kind of transitioning out, and then gangster rap was coming in. So like my first big influence, like listening to rap outside of just being entertained by it and finding the art in it was Ice Cube. Like
That's interesting. Okay.
like not the Disney Ice Cube y'all know, like the NWA, you know, rolling with the motherfucking lynch mob. Like that's the nigga I know. Like when y'all talk about Cube, I'm like
With the
dude
Raider hats and
with the
shit.
Raider hat and the Jerry curl, like
Jerry Curl. Yeah.
that dude. You know what I mean? Like I had all his tapes. I used to keep them in my backpack, and he was just like the first like rapper who I was just like, yo, like I was mesmerized by his storytelling, by everything, but I still never thought the poetry thing that I was doing was still separate.
Right.
It wasn't until I heard Naughty by Nature and Tretch, and I heard
Beast.
that nigga start rapping. I was like, yo, I've never heard anything like that before.
His flow is ridiculous.
His flow is insane. And then that's when it was like the bridge happened. That's when I was like, I want to do that.
Gotcha.
Whatever it is, that made whatever my little poetry look like. It looked like child's play. And I was like, yo, I gotta get on that level. And then I started wanting to read. I wanted to know words because I was like, man, I don't know enough words to be able to do what he just did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just started like reading and started trying to pick up words and play with them. Like, yo, I gotta figure this dude out because this is next level. By the time like M came out, like it's funny, it's just telling my age. Like when M came out, I was like, I don't want to say like 18, 19.
Okay.
So when M came out, like so much hip hop had happened before him.
Definitely.
To me, like you're talking about, like Bone, Pop, Big, Naughty by Nature had come and kind of was already on this downslope. That's in the same era. Nelly's coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much stuff happening in hip hop, and it was just like he was dope to me at first. I was like, man, it was crazy to listen to him. It was like very inventive. I grew past him though. You know what I mean? Like, and then I started getting like in the most deaf, like what you said, like when you can say things that are exciting as what an Eminem would say, but still have a point.
Have a point to prove, yeah.
And still say something like at the end of it, it's still fantastic. It's still lyrically, but then there was a point.
Yeah.
And it was like, I used to say I didn't like, what's his name? Lil Wayne. I used to say, I don't like that dude. Yeah. Everybody was like, what? And I was like, they was like, yo, his metaphors is crazy, this, that, and the third. And I was like, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it's just because you got a lot of paint doesn't mean you have a lot of art.
Right.
And his reds are red, his blues are blue as fuck, but what the fuck did he paint?
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't see the picture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like when I listen to like I said, like the Most Devs, when I listen to like the Lupes and everything, I see the picture.
Yeah.
Right.
With these amazing colors. Yeah. Like you just it was just like some of these rappers just have really big buckets of dope, really vivid paint and have yet to paint anything with it. To me. Nah, but you know what I mean? So when I started writing, and I met Clinton D. Powell too. I met him as an adult though. Just telling my age again. Like I met him as an adult. It was my first open mics. I've still never been to a professional studio ever. Every studio I've ever been in, I built. Every studio I've ever been in, I built. Period.
Wow. Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? Because I always felt like whatever that idea that I had, I'm the only one that can hear it the way I need to hear it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had to build it myself because you're not gonna understand it.
The way
I hear it in my head. I used to get on the phone with my family and spit my flows over the phone, and they'd be like, "I don't understand what you're trying to go for." And then I built my own studio, and then I started rapping, and I started doing spoken word, and I started doing all that stuff, and then I would present that to them, and then they go, "Oh, that's what you was talking about?" And I was just like, "Okay, so I got something," because inside my head, it's clear to me.
Yeah.
But not everybody is like a synthetic thinker. Some people are just concrete. They can only imagine what they see. So then I just was like, okay, I gotta build this thing. But I loved hip hop so much because it was like poetry concentrated. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there's so many. Poetry is almost, and I hate to say this, I love poetry. I love spoken word. It's easier. Yeah. It is. You almost can't get it wrong. Yeah. But with hip hop, especially now, there are so many ways to get it wrong. And you got to walk a real tight line. Yeah. To weave through all the BS and be taken seriously as a hip hop artist. Right. Because so much trash is out here. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
No, that's real shit. That's real shit. That's real shit.
You know, I wish I had my own studio, but I feel like that's where I'd be at. And I wouldn't be nowhere else.
But yo, look, it's ruined relationships.
I don't want to be confined. Like, I already know me. Like,
I ain't gonna cap. I know for a fact that's most definitely would be me. Like, cause, like, all right. So Mr. Power, right? He taught me something when I was doing poetry with him. When he was teaching me how to do poetry, one of the things that he was showing me was, you know, if you want to like dig deep into your soul. And just to figure out what to talk about. Go in the bathroom, face yourself in the mirror, and just sit there.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm being dead serious. No. And I ain't go count. When I used to do that, boy, I was starting to like learn so much about me at that age. So to this day, I still do that. Like any songs that StressLyfe has released, I promise to God, majority of them records been written in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? And people, man, where you going? Get out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, man, I'm almost done. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a car person.
You a car person?
Yeah. Okay. Because I feel like in the car, I can really hear the beat. Like, I can really feel it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Versus hearing it on headphones or, AirPods, anything like that. Like, I can really hear the bass. Everything that's quality. In it and out it, yeah. So that's where my place is. For sure. But the mirror, not the mirror.
Yeah, the mirror, yeah, man, for real.
That sounds like some scary movie shit. Just kidding.
No, I'm gonna be real with you, cause like, my biggest thing was, so like, look, right, my parents, I come from a church family, like I've been saying, and so they really like protect us and shield us from a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know nothing about, any rappers that was out or any rappers that was before my time. Hell, I ain't knew nothing about camouflage until I got like the middle school. Like I really ain't knew nothing about him for real. Well, I heard of him when he died because I remember they announcing his name in the school and shit when I was in Butler. But other than that, I really ain't knew nothing about him.
Yeah.
Just due to how my parents kept us from that. But I lived such of a, especially at that time, my life was real deep. You know what I'm saying? I experienced a lot of trials and tribulations at a young age. So rappers, I guess like fun rappers or whatever, I could not. I liked it. I thought it was like I was entertained by it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't relate to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even when it came down to street rappers, you know what I'm saying? At that age, I was in elementary. I ain't know what the fuck y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? But I liked what I heard. I just ain't understood it. But when I heard M just saying certain things, you know what I'm saying? Some of them words, I was able to understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then especially when I got to middle school and, people, matter of fact, God bless soul, once again, Mr. Powell, he was the first one that told me I sound like Pac. I ain't knew who the hell Pac was until I met him. You feel me? And he was like, "Yo, your lyrics sound like Eminem," because it was at that time it was very, very emotional. So like your lyrics sound like Eminem, but your voice, you got this depth of Tupac. And I was like, "Who the hell is Tupac?" You know what I'm saying? So he introduced me to the Dear Mamas, California Love, all the Hail Marys, all that shit.
Yeah.
And even when I heard it, I still didn't gravitate to it until really I got to high school. That's when I really started to gravitate to his music. And I was able to understand just his whole legacy. Like I was able to get it.
Yeah.
Because I had to live a little longer. You know what I'm saying? I had to grow. I had to mature. But now so it's like from that moment, a lot of the rappers that I've listened to still to this day, they lyrical, but they storytelling. They deep. You know what I'm saying? They have certain songs where it's like a little party record, or you know what I'm saying, laid back, smoke a blunt record, or you know what I'm saying, like little shit like that. But for the most part, something that could either make you feel better or make you cry, just because it's relatable.
Yeah.
Like that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because coming up at that time, I didn't have nobody that I could sit down and talk to. So if I could listen to your music and your song sound like it's talking directly to me, that shit meant something. So I'm like, damn, I gotta make sure when I write my shit, like I do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? To others. So my question is to you, who influenced you when it came down to this rap shit? And I know you say you like the entertaining, the acting and shit like that. But when it just come down to music, like who influenced you and why?
It's crazy because I get asked this question all the time, and honestly, I really don't know what to say. I don't think nobody really influenced me. I think I just started just doing it.
Well, what made you want to do it?
It was just something I was
just
just doing. But I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. That's why I said I'm not one of them people who got those backstories that say I've been rapping since I was 5, because it ain't me. The only thing I can do is keep it 100 with you.
Yeah.
But I feel like certain things that I have in the box, you know what I mean, hidden away from people. I feel like when I actually build up the courage to record these songs and put these songs out, it will show that I am more versatile than people think. But I feel like music just make me feel good.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm more of an R&B person. I know that might be hard to believe for me, for somebody who rap. like I listen to R&B all day, like from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, because that's what I grew up around.
Yeah.
But I grew up around rap too. But the thing was, it's like I grew up around my mama. She was born in the 70s, so it's like in her 20s.
Shout out to Mama Dukes.
In her 20s, we in the, you know what I'm saying? We in the early 90s, so.
Yeah.
She listened to Escape and different, you know, artists out there around that time. So that's what I grew up listening to for real.
Gotcha.
And then my dad was more so the same. My dad did music.
Yeah.
So
Shout out
I
to
grew
Pops.
up with him, you know, playing the drums and different things like that, making beats. So I feel like that has always been instilled in me, even though I never really tried to. I just woke up one day, I swear to God, I was singing. I was like, hold on, wait a minute, bitch. We can sing. Oh my God. And then when my mama realized I could sing, she told my grandma, you know how black people is.
Yeah.
They can't never be quiet.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
the next thing I know, I was singing in the choir at church. They making me lead songs, like even up to I was 18. Like I'm like, y'all know I don't want to lead no song. I never want to lead no song. But they made me do it anyway for the little conferences and stuff. But I feel like I really don't have no influencer. Like I listen to just about
Everything.
everything. You know what I mean? And I feel like with me as an artist, I'm every bit of everything.
For sure.
It's just that nobody has seen all those sides of me. So did 2025 keep hope alive? Y'all, I made up that saying. Make sure y'all say that 2025 keep hope alive. Period. So in 2025, you know, I was born on the 25th. Ew. So shout out to Cardi B. But yeah. So, you know, this year I'm going to be introducing new parts of myself, so I can't wait for y'all to see it.
Yeah, man. You know, when I first met you, well, first, you know, not to dig too deep in it, your name always been, you know, in the atmosphere towards my direction. Me and you talked about this, you know what I'm saying? And one day, it was a show that they had like a versus, and so I remember I saw my face on the flyer and I was like, "Oh, I'm performing? Okay." I wasn't aware of that. I was like, "All right," you know what I'm saying? So I remember I talked to Chris. Shout out to I Now Want To. I remember I talked to him and he was like, "Yeah, you know, we want you gonna be the." I think either him or Empress told me they want me to be the opener and everything. So I was like, okay. So, and I'm learning all of this the day before the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, bet, cool, I'm with it. So boom. I remember going there. I remember when you walked in. I remember seeing you when you walked in. And then fast forward, I performed my songs. And then I remember seeing you again. Shout out to TPS Kels and the whole TTG camp. I remember, you feel me, y'all was talking about me and shit. I remember that. Fast forward, the next day, either the next day or the day after that, one of the two, is when I remember receiving the message, you know what I'm saying, from you and everything. So at the time, I didn't heard your music, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really know nothing about you.
Right.
So when I went to go take time to listen to your music, I was like, it's crazy because anybody who know me, they know, you know what I'm saying? They know I'm against certain kind of concepts.
Oh, Lord.
And but I was able to hear the talent. You know what I'm saying? How confident you sound.
Right.
How the tone in your voice, the flow, the delivery, I should say.
Yeah.
The delivery, how lyrical you could get, you know what I'm saying? I've been around certain females, rappers, and no disrespect, you know, to them. I just never experienced a female that rap like you. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, she wanna do a song with me? Okay. So I'm like, all right, so, you know, and I remember you told me the ball's on my court or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, bet, cool. And that's when it took time, but It
Yeah.
takes two. You know what I'm saying?
That was by far.
Yeah.
I remember when you sent me that beat, I was like, there is no way you listen to my music. Because why would you dare send me a fucking beat like this? And his response was, you could do it. What? You don't even know me. Like, what you mean I can do it? I was like, shout out to Ash, because he really brought the bass out that beat.
Most definitely.
But
shout
that
out.
beat was just straight instrumental. And it was
simple as hell.
slow and simple. And I was like, there is no motherfucking
But you know why I like beats like that? This is the reason why I picked this beat for you. So I remember I was trying to get to know you so I could be able to figure out what kind of song I could make with you.
Yeah.
And when you were just telling me the experience of being a single mother, I'm not a woman, but you feel me, before, you know what I'm saying, I met baby girl, before I met her, I was doing all of this shit on my own. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I understood, you feel me?
Yeah.
How it felt, you know what I'm saying? And the only difference is, your son is older than mine, you know what I'm saying? But
He a grown man.
you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, when you was telling me, just the hardship, just, you ain't told me everything, but I just remember that conversation.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's the topic I want to talk about. Because when I went through your catalog, you ain't said nothing about anything you told me. So I'm like, I'm about to test her. So I picked that beat because that beat was simple.
You had lost your mind.
I know I did.
Man, that beat had wrecked my brain.
It wrecked both of our brains. I can be honest, and I'm the one who picked it.
I was like, I just don't.
But I remember when you wrote that hook. Really, that was supposed to be an intro.
That was my verse.
Yeah, that was your verse. Yeah,
that was the introduction to my
really
verse.
Breaks so hard because your daddy don't do shit for you.
And he said we should make that.
That's a hook. I was like, that's a hook. Last time I checked the razor, man, I was like, oh man, come on, bro. I said that's a hook. So I'm like, okay, you gotta.
So
do that
then when you
hook.
took that and we made it into a hook, I had to revamp and go back and start over because I was like, I don't know what
I'm gonna give y'all a little secret too. When she was done with her verse, and I heard her verse, I said, "Oh hell no! I gotta redo my shit. Like, I gotta redo it. And I had to reconstruct my verse, but I had to add more bars to it because I was just like, she really went in. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get in my bag with that. That was light.
That was light.
I begged different, but okay.
But I think the hardest part about that song is because it's so personal.
Yeah.
But I wanted it to be personal and relatable.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I felt like what I said had to be personal, like to me. Like it was about me, but it also, I felt like I had to word it a certain way for it to be relatable to others. So I felt like, because it's easy to say niggas ain't shit, bitch, shake this ass. But you know what I mean? But to actually like write some shit that's like personal was, I mean, like I said, I write stuff like that all the time, but I never really got into, I never talked about that. You know what I mean? Because I felt like I never wanted to give nobody the satisfaction of me writing about how I feel in the situation. So I was like, oh, I really don't want to do this. But that's just, you know how I felt about when you presented the topic to me. I was like, I don't want to do this shit, but I'm gonna try to as best as I can. But I mean, I've had women like literally message me or talk to me face to face and say that my verse made them cry or they related to what I said because they was in a similar situation, or some things that I said like hit home for them. So that made me feel like, okay, you know, I accomplished what I was trying to go for.
That's what I was telling you though, because I just knew, like I knew when you just rapped that look, when the hook was really your verse. Yeah. When I just heard that bit, I was like, bruh. And then it was just like, soon as time was going on, because it took a good minute for us to write that song.
Yeah.
And I was just like, bro, this song gonna be something,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it get to the right hands, because just the concept
Mm-hmm.
and just hearing it from a single mother perspective and hearing it from a single father perspective. Like,
but you know what? I feel like that song was more like in your rim.
I'm gonna be honest with
mine.
you. Nah.
I'm just saying, like, my style, like, at that moment, like, my style was...
I know.
It just offset and gave it a different look for me. But it really just set in stone to what I was already going to do anyway. That's just how I felt. So...
let me tell you something. That beat was so difficult for me, because anybody who listened to my music, especially at that time, because my side of the story was already released.
Mm-hmm.
I like fast-paced beats, but it's like it have to have like a West Side sound to it, or a little bit of New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was about to say New York.
So like I like that style. With this beat, it gave me such of a Nas storytelling, like I could hear Nas and Eminem or something.
It didn't give me It didn't give me nobody.
It didn't. But see, I know these rappers. Son. I know these rappers.
It was just like a... Like, it was just like real simple. There was no...
But see, that's the hard part about it. Because see, let me tell you something. So this what made my mind like clicked. I was watching cartoons with my son. And they was what it was Looney Tunes. And what his name is, the rabbit, what's the Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny?
Yeah, he was playing with the piano, right? And as he playing with the piano, he's talking, and that's when it hit me, because it was just like, that what made me chose the beat, because I was like, yo, we gonna be talking about our lives. We're gonna be talking about our experiences.
Yeah. So
I felt like the beat, I didn't want the beat to be such of a distraction where they not gonna understand or pay attention to the concept. So I was like, knowing, like, even when you listen to, like, if you be at church or something and they play something real soft, you got them TDJs or Kurt Franklin, they will talk for a good minute before, you know what I'm saying, the singers come in. So it's like, I'm like, yo, if we could do that on the beat, you know what I'm saying, that would be hard. So it's just like, for you to, when you were saying that, that was more of my style, I could promise you, I chose that beat because of that, and because that was not my style of beat. And I wanted to test both of our styles. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, even what you was... Go ahead. Even when you was saying about how women was coming to you, you know what I'm saying? Same over here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of... you had the single fathers, and I ain't gonna call them... It was more of the fathers who trying to be a father, but the mama wouldn't allow them to be. You know what I'm saying? And they like, when we did the show in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? It was, I cannot remember his name, but it was a guy. He was like, hey man, I want to get your Instagram. I'm like, all right. So I gave him my Instagram. We realized that we follow each other already. So I was like, I said, bro, I already follow you. She's like, what? It's like, yeah. So we trying to figure out why we already know each other. And I ended up talking to his homeboy, and I gave his homeboy my information. Then that's when the nigga hit me on the show. Man, yo, did you put that bitch on? Did you take that bitch to court? And then I looked at him like, what are you talking about? And he's talking about, I saw that video. It takes two. You was talking about your baby mama. And I was like, yeah, that's why I had followed you and everything. Like, bro, man, hey, you fight for your child, bro. Like, for real. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he was so passionate. And he was just telling me how he felt and what he went through with that. So, like, that right there that shit meant everything to me. Because I'm like, for that song to really, like, touch you like that, like, that's dope.
That's dope. So, do you feel like that song got the recognition and the support that it should have gotten?
No. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel like it need to be pushed more, and I put that on us. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need to push it more.
No, I put that on you.
You gonna put that on me? Okay, all right, bad. It is my baby.
Don't y'all do this? I'm old, but look, I don't want to tell my age.
But yeah,
the
though,
churn be doing this.
I feel like I need to push it more. But I also feel like too besides pushing it and performing the song more, I feel like besides that, people who have already heard the record, I just wish that, you know what I'm saying, especially if they could relate to it. I feel like that's a record that, you know what I'm saying, especially when it's in them days where if your baby mama or your baby daddy piss you off type thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just play it more, you know what I'm saying, and put it out more, just as well as you do with any other record, you know what I'm saying? Because that record is definitely one of my top 5, you know what I'm saying, for me, that in my catalog. So yeah.
So how you feel about support overall? Like just
Man, support. I feel like when you have a support system that support your career, it's everything, because it's like, and I've seen this with my own eyes. When no matter if the rapper or the singer is dope or not, when they be on stage presenting they shit, and everybody don't know who the hell this person is, but you got this one group of people, yeah, baby, you better sing that or you better rap that, and they rapping it word from word, and you know all of that. That makes everybody else looking like, oh, okay, hold on, they might be something, you know. Now they pulling their phone out, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they might not like the song, but it's the fact that your support system made them like that record.
Made them
you know
pay
what I'm
attention
saying?
to you.
Yeah, and I feel like that's everything. Like, I love my mama, I love my daddy, God bless her soul, I love my sisters, you feel me? But I never had like my family really come to my shows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even when it come down to cousins, uncles, all of them, you feel me? None of them came to my events. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, homies, all of that. So it's like, when I be coming to these shows, I really be coming in by myself. And a lot of people, you have people who might know me, and you have a lot of people who don't know me.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you just don't have that support to, like, you know what I'm saying, tell you that, hey, I love what you do, or just steady pushing. Like, I remember when you was telling me about your girl, your homegirl, Jesus, how I forget her name. Your best friend, the one you call your sister. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you feel me?
Help me. Who
You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, though, but when you were telling me about her and how she was going to other people DMs and sending your music.
Oh yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like that. That is
Kim.
fire.
Shout out to Kim.
Shout out to Kim. You feel me? That's fire to
Kim
me.
said it's time to get at the front of shit up.
Like, I feel like that shit fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, to have like, just like, I watched a lot of people pages, and I promise to God, when I say this, I'm not coming from an envy, jealous place or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody, what they do, and if they got that support system, man, you better motherfucking appreciate it. You feel me?
Right.
But like, you know, I just know what my style of music, you know what I'm saying, is different.
Right.
And you have to be a certain kind of individual to rock with it, to understand it. You know, because at times, just due to the lack of support, I felt like, damn, am I the problem? Like, can I rap for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was starting to question myself.
Right.
And then once I realized that I'm not the problem, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I just feel like I haven't found my right audience, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would just I'm still trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Rise Up Ray just, you know, it came out, and that shit ain't even, you know, It Takes Two is in that project. Rise Up Ray ain't getting the recognition that it deserves right now. You feel me? So it's like, but that's all because of my style. You know, I have my style. It doesn't contain with girl bounce that ass and, you know what I'm saying, shake them tits or killing and all
I don't
this
feel
shit.
like it's your style. I feel like it's the process.
Mm.
I feel like every artist go through that process, just about, like, every real artist, like, you know what I mean, go through I feel like it's just all part of the whole situation.
What about you?
I feel like having a support system is very important. I have my little clique of people, and I'm cool with my little clique.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have some people that be hating on me. Cause I'm the baddest bitch on the SAV. Let me stop. But anyway. But nah, I do my mom flew out because my mom lived in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
And she flew and met me in Atlanta for one of my shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I say she probably one of my biggest supporters. You know what I mean? And it's so funny to me because I be on the phone with her and she be rapping my songs and I'm like, girl, why you know that? And she be going bouncing around the curse words. It be so funny. But for me, even though I'm an adult and I'm grown with my own child, it's still weird for me to, you know what I'm saying, to hear her listen to something that I rap and she actually like it.
Yeah.
But I thank God for her and all my friends that support me. But I feel like the most challenging thing is getting support out the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
that's a big thing.
I have people in the city that support me. Shout out to those people.
Shadira Fowler, big fan of I love this lady. Your fan base will come in due time for consistency and marketing. Fan bases can take a minute to grow unless you have a hit song or a movement.
Right.
That's real shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Shout
true.
out to Shadira. We had her on the show, one of the other episodes. She was a little shocked because she had a guy out there, you know what I'm saying? You should have seen it. My boy was on it, boy. Hey, big bro was like on it. He was trying to get her number at all.
He was in the chat. This dude was in the chat.
Yes. Yeah. We ain't forgot about that, baby.
That's how we ain't forgot about it.
Your boy, I think, got him eyes. Showing love.
For sure.
Peace
Shout out to
family.
Got him
Shout out.
Yeah, love to God.
Yeah, but support is real important.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that I noticed about our city, because just like you, I've traveled. You know what I'm saying? I've been in other areas, and I see a big difference. You know what I'm saying? When I perform in the shows in our city, man, the people that's there, it's like you performing in front of rappers more than anything.
Yeah.
Which I honestly don't like. You know what I'm saying? But you're performing in front of rappers, and if you do have people who that's not an artist that's there, majority of the time is the rappers people. You know what I'm saying? It's their entourage. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I can't stand rapping in front of rappers in our city, Savannah, is it's so much competition. It's so much hate. They don't want to see another nigga sound better than you. Better, you know what I'm saying? They hate that shit. So if they feel like you sound better than them, you know what I'm saying? You have those who would tell you, hey bro, I love, you know what I'm saying? But majority of the time, you know what I'm saying? Like I've experienced it was this guy, I ain't gonna say his name, but it was this guy, and I've been around this guy. I've been rapping around this guy. Nigga ain't never said one word to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I made sure I gave him his props, cuz never gave me my props back. So maybe, my style ain't, his cup of tea or whatever. So, I never tripped on it. And then fast forward, you come around me, man, I've been watching you for a while, man. Man, and I like your music. Why are you just telling me that shit? No, like,
right.
You know what I'm
where
saying?
coming from?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So now,
before.
yeah, you feel me? So like, it be shit like that I have experienced, or I experienced a lot of things when it come down to.
Oh.
I experienced a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, when it come down to the hate in the city for upcoming artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a damn shame, because when you look at the rappers that's in Atlanta or whatever, you know what I'm saying, don't get it twisted. Every city go through their own drama, you know what I'm saying, in the music. But majority of the cities, especially Atlanta, man, they like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in so many events in the A where I was able to see like real support. You know what I'm saying? And you know, not only from the audience or from the rapper, but whoever promoting the show, they'll connect with you. Hey man, I got this other show coming up, man. I'd love to put you on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like shit like that. Like I always
Yeah.
like, man, like I get more support outside of my city than my
in
city. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think that shit just like wow to me.
But I appreciate all the rap girls in Savannah that, you know, that support me or
Yeah.
that want to work with me, because
Yeah.
I feel like my style is different
Mm-hmm.
and the way I rap is different. And I feel like I try to, if I could work with every female that want to work with me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
I look for women, I don't even charge. But
Mm-hmm.
it be the men that be
Let's talk about
in
it.
my DM.
Let's talk about
and
it.
they want to do a song
So-
but don't want to pay a bitch.
Got you.
And I'm like, I'm a female and you a dude. Like, I understand that we all trying to make it and to be somebody, but for me, like, I have more of a passion and leniency with women because I am a woman. You know what I
feel
mean?
you.
But I feel like as a man, if you want to work with me, you should be able to
Pay up.
pay something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you got them certain artists too, man, that like the, you know, that if they don't want to pay up with money, they well, I ain't gonna cap. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I'm gonna tell you my experience.
Mhm.
So like, I have worked with a lot of people. Majority of the songs just never came out
Yeah.
because of the backstory. You know what I'm saying? And when it came down to women that I've dealt with, it was always you know, I want to work with you. I'm like, all right, cool. But you didn't want to work with me because of my talent.
Talent,
You
yeah.
want to work with me because you want to work on some other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I just be like, so damn, so you really didn't really fuck with my music for real. You just wanted to do some other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got the niggas that I haven't personally experienced this, but I've seen it happen. Well, you got certain niggas who like they might not even like you. Well, no, I take that back. I have experienced it. I have experienced the artist that did not like my style of music or didn't care for, you know, how I rap. However, he made it seem like he did
Right.
and made a song with me just to try to find a way to outshine me on the record. You know what I'm saying? To prove why he the better artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've experienced that. I've seen other rappers who've it's just, man, it's so many backhanded shit to, you know what I'm saying, when it
Yeah.
comes down to working with other people.
That's how I feel like with working with men, because I never know what. It be so funny. Like, I had somebody that DM me. He's an artist, and he followed me. So I went on his page just to see what he do and what he sound like. And I followed him back because I actually liked
the
him
music.
as an artist.
Yeah.
And he DM'd me, and he was like, I ain't even gonna lie, I'm not here for music. So what the fuck is you here for? Because I'm curious. We both are curious. What the fuck is we here for? Because this is an artist page. This is
Yeah.
for music and music only.
Yeah.
Like, I have a personal page, and I feel like I'm trying to turn my personal page into like a fan page. That's what I'm really trying to do.
Okay.
For real, honestly and truthfully. But
So what's the Bria Lee page?
that's the fan page. Introducing Bria Lee. Introducing me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the fan page. That's actually the name of my first EP that's gonna drop this year in August.
Y'all
Make sure y'all
stay
stay
tuned.
tuned. Remember,
Stay tuned.
2025, keep hope alive. We gonna put that on the hashtag.
This nigga, yeah, man.
But yeah, so the Introducing Bria Lee, that's my artist page. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah, I feel the same way, because I feel like I just have to look out for people's intentions when it comes to certain things. Not saying that men don't have to too, because I'm pretty sure, you know, like
Yeah,
you said.
yeah.
But I second hand to that because I feel the same way.
Have anybody ever experienced a major downfall in your career?
Downfall?
Yeah, like, have you ever experienced something that like made you like, damn, boy, I just took a real big L right now?
Nope.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
What about you, Josh?
Bitches. Bitches. It's bitches.
You said that last podcast.
He did.
It's
I got a
always
line in one of my
females'
rhymes I
fault.
wrote a long time ago, and I was like, I said something. I ain't gonna cap to my brethren if I had 99 problems of bitches 1 through 11.
Oh, damn. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
What kind of bitches you be fucking with? Let's get into it, cause I don't know.
no,
You need to stay away from them.
no, because of what?
Keep hope alive. So
Like, keep hope alive.
Hey, people gonna be saying that shit a lot.
R.I.P. to my papa, because my papa from Claxton, you know, he real country. He said I'm from the backwoods of Claxton, but he used to say keep hope alive all the time.
Yeah, he got that from. That was something that
Curtis Blow, right?
No, Reverend Jesse Jackson used to say that shit.
Oh, Reverend
all the
Jesse
time.
Jackson.
Like back in the day, keep hope alive.
Yeah.
Back in '85, you know, when he ran for president, and he didn't win, but he got enough significant votes that like you had to like talk about. Like,
And it just so happened that rhyme with 2025.
yeah, duh.
Thanks.
So, but no, so like because especially when I was on my run with Spitfire and everything, and like that was the first time I ever heard my name on the radio. It was the first time I ever had my song played on the radio. It was like so much stuff was happening. It was like the Wild West. It was like we was just holding it. And
Yeah.
there were a lot of women who saw that
Yeah.
and just played close. And you be naive as a dude. You know what I mean? Because especially if you still need validation,
Mm-hmm.
if it still takes a pretty girl to validate you, it could take you off your square.
It can.
Because a lot of these people who don't have their talent are playing the proximity game. They're like getting close to you to get closer to another target. You know what I'm saying? To get somewhere else. And I got played a couple times, man. I got played a couple times to the point where I felt as though like I didn't really like, even when I mess with people in my studio now that are females, like I'm super professional. Like it's sir and ma'am to a fault, because not like I don't trust me or anything. It's
Situation.
I know what's happened before.
Yeah.
And people, just like you talk about for dudes or whatever, man, they see what that is. And some people just want to consume it.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to know what it feels like
Mm-hmm.
to have it. You feel what I'm saying? And I've felt that, like when somebody just wanted to consume my energy in
Yeah.
a way
Yeah.
and say they got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, nah, man. Like, I mean, I've had a girl say that to me. Like, I know what kind of dude you was, and that's who I showed you because I wanted it. And I was just like,
Right.
girls say that?
She was bold with it too.
You know what I'm saying? She was beautiful. And she was beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you could have, but, you know, yeah, that's the thing that's like tricked me off my square.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had like a musical setback or a lyrical setback. I've had obstacles and distractions.
Yeah.
That's what I think I've had. Like those things that like take you away from it
Yeah.
and take your concentration away.
Oh, I just said that in a song I just wrote. I did.
I remember this one I was a gospel rapper. And I remember it was somebody's birthday. They asked me, it was a girl that asked me, can I rap for her birthday? And they had an event it was a church event, but it was in a school. I believe this was in Statesboro, I believe. If not, then it was Scriven, one of them two. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, but I want you to rap with this other artist. You know what I'm saying? I want both of y'all to rap together. So I'm like,
Your boy said music bring out the best and the worst in people, for real, for real. Look at the monster they it breed.
Who said that? God?
Yeah.
For sure. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah.
So I'm like, man, all right, cool. So I'm like, you feel me? I go talk to the guy. We trying to feel each other out, understand each other crafts or whatever. And it was a beat that we rapped on. It was from a T.I. beat. I can't remember the song, but it was a T.I. beat. And I remember we had rapped on that. Issue was, when it was time to go out to perform, ain't nobody had nothing to play. We ain't had no DJ, nothing, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing but musicians. So we ain't thought about that. So it was like, man, forget it. It's cool. We still just gonna rap it a cappella. Which I was fine with rapping it a cappella. This is when it became an issue. He got on stage first. He wanted to introduce me. I said, okay, cool. I took the longest route wherever I came out. I think I was like on the side of the building. It was a good walk to get to the stage. So when he said, yeah, don't laugh, my rap name at that time.
Jive, you ready for this? Hey, hold on. I'm glad this on record.
Hey, my rap name at that time was One Life Legacy.
Okay. Yeah,
Man, I hated it.
I thought it was gonna be.
I hated it.
I thought it was gonna be crazy.
No.
One Life Legacy.
People used to like laugh at that name for real. They used to call me 1LL for short. Anyway,
just call yourself One Life.
That goes up.
Yeah.
1LL.
1LL,
That's all that goes.
yeah. For real.
One Life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So boom, when he said my name, and I'm walking, it's complete silence. Like, it was no clapping, no nothing. So I'm just walking.
Crickets.
And crickets, and everybody looking at me like, who the hell this nigga is? You know what I'm saying? So I just took the mic, when I finally got that, took the mic. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? What's up, y'all? Da, 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 da. Boom. Now we getting into it. It was awful.
You talking about
It was awful. Like, I did not perform good. He didn't perform good. It was so bad when we got done. One of the kids, he had to be about your son age. He came to me. He was like, yo, man, why you did that? Why you did that?
You know the kids, they brutal.
They real honest.
They don't give a damn.
Hey, you're like, why
but they
you
don't
did-
know enough to give a damn. Like, they just say
He was like,
whatever.
why you did that? Like, I have really experienced a lot of bad, shows coming up.
Yeah.
But I was willing to take those risks because I'm so passionate.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I don't care if I have to get booed. If I got to get booed first to finally understand what I'm doing wrong so I can be able to make it right, I'm going to do it.
Your man got a lot of laugh emojis. I just want you to know.
God, don't do me like that, God.
Your man got a lot of laughs.
Don't do me like that, God.
You said, why you do that?
Man,
What you
yo,
FO?
man, listen. But,
Why you do that is crazy work. I ain't gonna.
Right.
I ain't gonna.
like, he was like, real, like, why did, and man, they talked about that, bruh.
What did you talk about? Like, what?
I don't even remember.
Damn.
But I know it was on a Saturday, right?
He's showing you love now. He's showing love. He's showing
Man,
love.
no, keep that nigga on. No, I'm playing. But no, I remember it was on a Saturday, right? So Sunday, you know what I'm saying? My daddy was a musician. And so his group already had played for that birthday party, right? So now they got another event on that Sunday.
Right.
I'm around the same people. And they talking about this shit. Yikes. When they saw me, they laughed off the rip, like,
Oh, that's the,
like, yeah.
ain't that boy?
Ain't that 1LL? Ain't that 1LL? Ain't that 1L? Hey, yo, 1L.
One life.
What like,
One life. Why you do that?
man? Hey,
No.
them niggas clown me so bad. Hey, this one I knew it was bad. It was an event that happened weeks after, and it was a gospel rapper that was there. I think his name was Tyson or Taiwan, something like that. And I remember he was rapping, right? And he was decent. And one of the people who was there from the other event, he was like, "Now that's how you rap." And I was like, "Damn!" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I say people have really like I went through some shit, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning of my career. You know what I'm saying? I really went through it, and I felt like I only went through it because I didn't know my place in the hip hop world, and I was just trying to figure it out. You feel me? Even when I was a gospel rapper, you know, people had the youth liked my music. The adults had an issue with it, because it sounded controversial. I was one of those gospel artists that I didn't feel like I got to sit here and write songs that make you want to clap your hands and say thank you, Jesus. I didn't do that. My songs, once again, was deep. I talked about the problems and what we need to do as God people to fix it. You know what I'm saying? I talked about that. And I remember I did a song called Ghetto's Prayer, and I did that shit on in the church, and the man said it on the pulpit as the church service was going on. At that time, my rap name was No Remorse. Oh,
first of all, wait a minute. Hold up.
I don't know how you a gospel singer and gospel rapper and your name is No Remorse.
How many names are there?
There's so many of them. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question, John. The reason why my rap name was No Remorse because I feel like there was no remorse for Christian rappers. So that's why.
So there's a message. There was a message.
So, but I had that name, and I did a song called Ghetto's Prayer, and I remember I just talked about the things that goes on in the streets, and the people in the church are so scared to go in the streets. How you gonna say you a believer in Christ, but you ain't trying to spread the message? You ain't going to the worst neighborhoods to spread those messages. You know what I'm saying? You expect for them to come to us when we should be coming to them. You know what I'm saying? And
oh yeah, you wasn't gonna get no love for that.
Oh yeah, at all, bro.
You wasn't gonna get no love for that.
Hey,
you could talk that.
The folks, the young folks, they was rocking with it. They loved it, right? Like I just remember people was crying and all of that. Like it was just deep, bro.
Yeah, you.
I remember the pastor said, and for the young man, I forgot his rap name, but the young man who performed his rap today in my sanctuary.
In my sanctuary. You know what's going
sanctuary.
Yeah, you know what's going up after that. You know it was going up.
That is the Lord's house.
In my sanctuary.
You knew it was going down by the pound, bro.
I feel like your song was corrupted, in my opinion.
Oh, Lord.
No.
You don't talk about that type of stuff. I feel like it would start a lot of foolishness. And we don't do that when we speak in the Lord name.
In the meantime,
he
a backsliding sinner.
Come on, man. Like, yo, I went through some stuff, bro. Like, for real. I really went through some stuff, man. So to see where I'm at now, I be like, I really appreciate my art more than anything now because I really went through some shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I really went through some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know you mentioned what time? Okay. I know you mentioned your project. You have a project.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about this just a little bit, you know what I'm saying, if you don't mind. Tell us about the name tell us the name of the project.
It's called Introducing Bria Lee.
Introducing Bria Lee.
Because it's me and I'm introducing myself to y'all.
Tell us about the project. Is there any features? Just tell us about it.
I'm really trying to figure that out.
Uh-oh.
I'm a person that, like, initial. I can't say the words.
Lord.
Take your time. Take your time, baby.
Y'all, it's Cinco de Mayo. I had too many shots. I know y'all see me here drinking.
That bottle going in. I ain't want to drink no more.
Initially.
No features.
No features,
but,
for sure.
I'm thinking about putting one in there. And if I do, it'll be a female.
Got you.
My whole concept is to, a lot of people are doing like deluxe albums.
Mm-hmm.
So my concept is to do like a deluxe or a spinoff of Introducing Bria Lee.
For sure.
So I want to do Introducing Bria Lee first and then Introducing Destiny.
For sure.
which is my government name. Shh, don't tell nobody. But you can call me Bria. It be so weird, like when people see me, they be like, "Hey, Bria Lee, Bria Lee, Bria Lee, Bria Lee," and I'm like, "Just call me Bria." You ain't gotta do all that, but you know,
You ain't got to do all that.
you ain't gotta do all that. Just call me Bria. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the people who really, really know me personally call me by my name.
Yeah.
Which is no longer y'all business, even though I just said it.
Time has expired.
It's done. It's done. We still keep a hope alive. But
Put the bottle down. Don't drink no more. Go ahead.
Don't drink no more.
Don't drink no more. That's it.
But so introducing Bria Lee is mainly like the, Bria Lee. The fun side, a mix of big Bria a little bit, talking shit,
Got you.
Fuck these niggas, because it's always fuck these niggas. Even though, no offense to y'all, but he's all,
You know how I feel about
I
that
knew
shit.
that's why I said what I said, because he was gonna be the first motherfucker to say some shit. But anyway, but yeah, it's like what I introduced myself as, like when I came out and introduced myself as an artist. That's me, Bria Lee. But I feel like I've become more lyrical and a little more, vocal and more versatile with myself. And Destiny is very emotional, very sentimental, like
Is Bria Lee
in my feelings.
Is Bria Lee is the one that protects Destiny?
Yeah. Gotcha. And there is a verse in. So, interesting part. So I'm doing this thing where I'm like putting the title. So when I put out a song, the title of the next song is in that song that I just put out. But it's just like, if you pay attention, you'll grasp onto it and you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But what was your question? Because I just lost my train of thought.
Nah, just
You forgot too?
Hell yeah.
It's okay.
We ain't got to do it. We ain't got to do it.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, I just feel like those are the two different like dynamics between the two.
For sure.
Like I feel like Destiny has more of an R&B rap side, and I feel like Bria Lee is just strictly, hip hop rap.
Got you.
Cause I can sing a little bit, so I'm gonna sing for y'all a little bit.
She's talking about a little bit. Funny.
Just a little bit, cause that's too personal.
So singing for you is personal, but hip hop isn't personal for you?
I said that because singing is something that's where I started. So, and I feel like when I came out as an artist, I didn't come out as a singer. Like, even when I tell people I can sing, they be like, "What? Well, I kind of can hear it in your voice a little bit, I don't know what that even fucking means.
I know what it means. I get it.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know what that means. But I feel like me being a singer and that being my first love first, it makes me hear music a little differently.
I believe.
You know what I mean? Because like I was like in choir. Now I ain't talking about church choir. I'm talking about. Yeah. I wasn't church choir, but I'm talking about choir.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like. So like all the notes, all the octaves, all the ranges. Yeah. So when I hear music, I hear everything. Yeah. And sometimes I have to break it down and listen to it a couple of times just to hear exactly everything. But it, that's just me.
Fun fact. You know what I'm saying?
When
you talked about the singing, you know what I'm saying?
You can't sing.
Nobody ain't gonna believe it, but I used to
You
sing.
can't sing. Stop lying to me.
No, for real. That's serious. That's serious. That's serious.
He was about to say that.
That's serious. That's serious. So listen, right? I was in Butler Elementary. You know what I'm saying?
Give me you a tenor or a baritone?
No, they're serious?
Which is?
Baritone.
Okay.
That was me.
I can hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I can hear it.
So look, right?
What you think I was, Jive?
Alto. I give you alto.
I was a mezzo soprano.
Really?
Yes.
You high like that?
Yes. I used to could sing soprano. I think when I got about 2021, that's when I really started hitting. If you know Wesleyan Gospel Choir, Savannah State, shout out to them. I used to be in that choir too. But I used to could do soprano 2, soprano 1, alto 2, alto 1, and tenor 2.
What?
That was my range.
I can't hear that.
He's talking about I can't.
Cap.
But I mean,
I
my
can't.
my voice can get deep. You know, I feel like I got a deep voice.
You
if
do,
ask me.
yeah,
But
look.
but when I was singing, that's just if I was to let you hear like my first raps,
Yeah.
like you wouldn't even believe that was me because my voice was so. I feel like as we get older, our tone matures and gets
Yeah.
deeper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if you smoke. But you know, we're not even
Nah,
about to
real
talk about
shit.
that.
You ain't lying.
You know what I mean? I'm just
You
being
ain't
honest,
lying.
but
You ain't lying.
I feel like like when I first started coming out, I wasn't as deeper. You know what I mean? Like my
Yeah.
tone was different, but
Well,
yeah, I could sing all those octaves.
man, listen, I only did one thing. I was like the blue in the choir. You feel me?
He's so bad.
from Temptation, I was that
nah.
nigga. You feel me?
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
But the issue was, it was getting to a point where, so this was happening when I was like in the 4th grade. It was getting to a point where my voice was getting like a little too deep. Like at the time, I was one of them niggas who was singing like that song from Neo So Sick. Like I was singing that shit all, you feel me, in the hallways and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was that kind of a singer, and I was singing in the church. I was, like I said, I was in the choir at the school. We went to go to Disney, and we sung the song "Wave in the Water." You know what I'm saying? I was doing all type of shit with it. But it was just one day I just woke up and I just couldn't do it no more because
Really?
I couldn't. I didn't know how to tone it no more. And it
Yeah.
was just like, so I kind of like lost the interest in it, and that's when eventually rap got involved. You feel me? And then so yeah, that's definitely a fun fact. I don't really talk about it, but
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I ain't no soprano no more.
Yeah.
No, I feel like if I actually practiced the way I did, I sung every single day. Like I had choir every single day. That practice matters. I feel like even when you rapping, because the more you practice and the more you study, the more lyrical you become. The more you try to start tweaking stuff as you're, you know what I'm saying, within yourself as an artist. So baby,
like battle rap. Anybody listen to I watch battle rappers. I've watched. I listen now from learning from people like you.
Me.
You, what her name? Gutter Smooth, and it's somebody else that I can't remember right now, but it's gonna hit me. They kind of like open this door where like to another thing of listen to this, listen to that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, because we got that other song.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
that other song.
yeah, we will keep that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
know about that. You know what I'm saying? But like, you feel me? Like it definitely opened up the door. Like right now, I'm gonna keep it 100. A lot of people don't even know this. Besides rap, now this has been me. Period. Like I said, I like emotional art. Rock and roll, I love it to the fullest.
I'm a jazz.
I love jazz too. I love jazz, rock and roll, country because of the storytelling.
I love country.
Like I just love music. Man, listen, my favorite artist, he passed on, of course. I bet you don't even know it, but I know Jive know it. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down.
Oh man.
When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise right out of the ground. You don't know who that is?
I got a couple of guesses.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't want to say them out loud. I got a couple of guesses. I was gonna tell you this. You know,
I gotta wait till the cameras go over.
Right.
Bad. Listen, when I heard that record, it was really through wrestling. The Undertaker had used that intro into his theme music, and I was like, "Who is that?" Because it just sounds so grimy and eerie. And then I heard Kanye West was sampling some of his music too. Hold on, I forgot the man's name. I want to make sure I get it right. Hold on. Ain't no grave. Hold on. Ain't no grave. Johnny Cash.
Oh, okay,
That's his name.
Oh.
Johnny Cash. I love Johnny
I know who
Cash
that
music.
is.
You know what that is? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thought you was too young for
I'm
that.
older than you. I'm still telling my age.
I love Johnny Cash. Like I said, rock and roll. My guy, Shine Down, and all of those guys, man. Like I just love how emotional they sound in their music, and how deep the lyrics sound, and the way they present it, and how the beat sound with it, and it heartfelt. Like I just love that shit. Like I just always that was just my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to say this real quick because I know time is killing. But yeah, once again, I talked about this before. You feel me? Rise Up Ray is out. Bria Lee is on it. You know what I'm saying? What it takes to.
Mm-hmm.
TPS Kales, he's on a song with you on there as well. You was just doing the intro part called Too Much.
I didn't want to do that, but
I made her do it. She okay. You know what I'm saying? Called Too Much. What it is, I got my guy Eddie Cypher.
shout out to Eddie.
Yeah, shout out to Eddie. Eddie Cypher and Trap Made It. They was on a song called Sexual Stairs. And what are they? Big Woe did a song with me called Persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
My guy Jigga J the Gang Spitter.
Jigga.
You feel me? Shout out. You know what I'm saying? We did a record called Lost Soul.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much so different.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, Rise Up Ray is definitely different. If anybody who listened to my side of the story, it's definitely different from my side of the story. I feel like I purposely was less lyrical than what I was on my side of the story. And I made sure I picked different beats from how my side of the story sounded. And I just wanted to go to a different direction, but still be me as an artist. And yeah, to me, I'm actually proud of the project. I liked it. Shout out to Ash. Between him, Eddie Cypher, and JP from Port to Port Group Music, them three had produced that project. And like I love the project. I thought it was dope. And I got a couple of singles is out there. I got some future singles that we'll be releasing pretty soon as well. I got another project that's coming out soon as well. Like I stay with the pen and the pad. I'm always writing. Like I really love this shit.
That's one thing I can give you, your dedication. See, I put a song out and I'd be relaxed. But that's why I said we keep hope alive in 2025 because I'm gonna do better. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, man, you funny as shit.
I'm for real. This is me.
But nah, man, like yeah. I just feel like overall, what we talked about, just to give y'all just a little insight about us as artists and what we do in this rap game and how long we've been doing it, and
Can I just say something?
What's up?
I just want everybody to know that I am an entertainer. Okay? I don't want to be boxed. You can blow all you want to, but you are a rapper. I am an entertainer. I can entertain you through rapping, singing, dancing, acting. I'm an entertainer. That's what the last E in my name actually stands for. A lot of people don't know that. Because people always ask me, why is the Lee capitalized in it? Look at him. You okay? Don't be a hater all your motherfucking life.
Nah, I'm not a hater. I'm far from it.
He's far from it. But yeah.
I just feel like with you, like, don't get me wrong now, yes, I'm aware of the acting and just.
I'm a coach too.
Yeah, I believe that. You feel me too?
I don't know how, but they let me coach.
But now though, like I think, in my opinion though, when I listen to like your music and shit, man, like, or just being around you, like, she'll play a beat or I'll play a beat, and this motherfucker will just start freestyling. And I mean, she would be on it. And I'll be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, listen, man, she either be, you feel me? She either be rapping or singing, or something, like, yo, like you definitely gifted, man. Like, I've heard. See, they don't know what I heard.
That's why I say I'm an entertainer. Like, you can't
But
put
it's
me
not
in a box. It is.
Okay, Bree.
Am I lying, Jive?
I'm gonna let you.
I'm an all around entertainer. Yeah. Thank you. Entertain.
Okay.
But I am very. I feel like
Job
I'm
gonna agree with you because he know not to argue with a woman. That's all it is.
Did we get you?
I ain't 45. I ain't 44 on accident, nigga. I done figured some shit out. I done got here. Shit, you ain't about to fuck my shit up.
I just want to know, did the people see John's face and his eyes? It was the eye bullshit.
Shit, nigga. Keep it 100.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Took me out of here. But yeah,
man.
I got a song out called Pressure.
That's my shit, boy.
That just
when I hop up on a beat.
Yeah, it's
no
pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Pooh.
I'm fucking crying. But yeah, I got Pressure out. That came out last month. So y'all run it up. And then, Big Bree dropped last year.
That's my shit.
And everything else that's out before that. I think I got like 6 songs out. I don't even know no more at this point. Got a song with this one over here.
Scratch it.
I got a song with Miss JP. And I got a song that's about to come out with Capriella. I don't know if y'all ever heard of her, but shout out to Cap.
Shout out to Cap.
But yeah.
For sure.
And I got a song that's about to come out called All Three. It's gonna make y'all think something wrong with
Ooh,
me.
that shit, that's so hard. I was so proud when I heard that record.
This man.
Oh my God, bro. Listen.
It's gonna make y'all think something wrong with me.
Man,
but my mama, I said this to my mama, and she was like, it give me Eminem vibes because it's literally me talking
like a split personality.
Yeah, 3 split personalities. So you got Bree Lee, you got Big Bree, which y'all already know them. Yeah. And then I'm introducing Destiny, which I feel like Destiny is more so the person on our record and not Bree Lee. But Bree Lee gonna always be the name because that's the brand.
Right.
You feel me? But yeah. So
that shit dope, man. That shit dope. Yeah, man. So we got shit out there, man. Yeah, I know TPS Kales had dropped some music videos. Y'all make sure
shout out to him.
Shout out to Kales, man. He got some shit cooking, man. My guy, my barber, you know what I'm saying? He ain't here, but
24 hour, 24/7.
You feel me?
He's you ain't gonna find no other.
You feel me? He's on it. Call that nigga 2 a.m. Come on, big bro.
He gonna cut your hair.
He gonna cut that hair. You know what I'm saying?
That man say he don't go to sleep.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? But he be rapping on the low too.
Really?
He be rapping on the low. See. You know what I'm saying? He sound like what's that nigga name is? He from Houston. I can't think of that nigga name right now. It's gonna hit me. It's gonna blow me because it's gonna hit me later. But anyway though, you feel me? Like he sound like Houston rappers to me.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Yeah. Anyway though, we got shit out there, man. Y'all need to goddamn, you feel me? Be tuned in, locked in.
Yeah.
Listen to it, man. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Once again, shout out to girl Bree Lee.
Remember, 2025, keep hope alive.
Badass from the SAV.
From the SAV.
Jive.
Yes, sir.
Love, bro. Love, bro. Love, bro. Love, bro.
Let's go.
Scratch it.